Cleo, and you know what? I don't really know why I'm really here, to be entirely honest with you. Do I have mental illness? Because I'm pretty sure I don't. Not to offend anyone who has a mental illness or any of that sort of matter, but this is a mistake. I'm not supposed to be in this room. The thing is, I am someone who is rather quiet and independent. I personally feel that I don't need to declare my thoughts out to people frequently, and I certainly don't need anybody else to depend on in order to be energized and happy. That's pretty much how it's always been. So when I realized that I had to work in a group for my Spanish class, I dreaded that class and that day more than ever. It would not be that conflicting if my classmates weren't slackers who put their feet on tables or patronizing people who just talk to others as if they were 5-year-olds. So I was basically trapped. The classmates that I had to work with, or at least endure through, were Nadine, this pretentious girl, and Dylan, another slacker who basically doesn't give a crap. For the first few days of the assignment, I kind of tried keeping my thoughts to myself and just listened to their irritating voices as Nadine tries to take over the project and how Dylan will literally not do anything and just sits there. As I mentioned before, I am rather introverted, so it's easier for me to understand. So I think since it's a group project, as much as I hate it so much, I feel like I needed to verbalize it as a group member. So I thought we were doing a theme, and it was based on a birthday party. And I thought that a piñata would be, a good aspect to the theme. So I asked, wouldn't it be fine if we made a piñata out of paper mache? Nadine opened that talkative mouth and responds, "That is probably one of the most rudimentary ideas I've ever heard. I had the ideas, so all you have to do is listen to me." I had it, and I clapped back, and why shouldn't I have an idea? I know I may be quiet, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't contribute to the project. It is a group project, isn't it? She looks me in the eye and says, "I wish your mouth was shut, just like you usually have it." My mind was a jar that could not contain the ever-flowing emotions in my mind. I shouted, "Talk to me like that again, and I'll make sure your mouth is shut and remain shut." Next thing you know it, there was a vase broken and on the floor. I grit my teeth so hard that it felt like a steel cage. I was squeezing my fist so tightly that my fingernails were engraved into my palms. When I looked at my surroundings, I looked at my surroundings and I was ashamed of myself. A week after the incident, I saw people whispering about me and trying to avoid me in any way possible. From students to my counselor to my parents, the most devastating surprise of all of this is that no one even asked me what even happened, as if I'm this abrasive human being and they never saw that side of me and it was a problem that needed to be solved. Look, I may not talk as much or act like the average teenage girl, but that does not mean in any way that I need therapy, not at least in this case. I am not an abrasive person. I was only viewed as that and not seen. My buttons were pushed, and the worst side of me was exhibited. I deserve better. I deserve to be listened to.